1989 was the biggest year for Pontiac with respect to press coverage, promotions, and performance. It was not well known at the time, but Pontiac would go on to produce the quickest American production car that year. Welcome back to ScaleSpeedworks. My name's Mike. Today, in this episode of Classic Kit Review, we're going to be taking a look at the 1989 20th Anniversary Pontiac Trans Am. The Trans Am 20th Anniversary Edition would be based on the existing Trans Am GTA, but Pontiac made a unique choice and borrowed the turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 from Buick, another GM brand. The engine was originally developed for use in the Buick Regal Grand National, but had been phased out after the 1987 model year. When Pontiac decided to adopt it for use in the Trans Am, the narrow engine bay required the use of different cylinder heads, which happened to have better flow characteristics than the old Buick heads. Special stainless steel headers were made specifically for the project as well. The heads and headers, along with a more refined tuning of the fuel curves, all added up to a more powerful package than the older Buicks. Pontiac rated the turbo V6 at 250 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque, both numbers considered to be exceedingly modest by experts. The car was capable of 0 to 60 times in 4.6 seconds and covered the quarter mile in 13.4 seconds at 101 miles an hour. In a Motor Trend top speed test, the Turbo Trans Am hit 162 miles per hour, second only to a prototype Corvette ZR1. And in 1989, that was Ferrari territory. The Turbo Trans Am didn't come cheap though. With an MSRP around $30,000, it was priced around where a Hellcat or Mustang GT 500 would be today. In addition to the power and handling, the Trans Am was also relatively economical to drive. It returned around 24 miles per gallon on the highway, while other performance cars at the time were far more costly and achieved only around 10 to 12 miles per gallon. Of the 1,555 Turbo Trans Ams produced, most were white with T-tops and a leather interior, but one red factory hardtop is known to exist. In addition to the T-top cars, 40 hardtops and 3 convertibles were built. Both Monogram and MPC got into the third-generation Firebird game in 1982. Monogram with the 124th scale and MPC with the 125th scale. Monogram made minor updates throughout the 1980s, while MPC continued with annual releases every year through 1987. AMT continued the annual release cycle with the Firebird GTA in 1988 and the one-year-only release of the 1989 20th Anniversary Turbo Firebird GTA. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any third-gen Firebirds from AMT since the refresh in 1990 and 1991. So let's take a look at this very special AMT 20th Anniversary Turbo Firebird GTA. We do have Indianapolis 500 decals, and it does have a date of May 28th, 1989, and I believe it says the 73rd running of the Indy 500. Pretty cool. Take a look at the side over here. Not too many options. A little background on the car. And some retouched photos of the model. We do have a copyright date of 1989. Same as the box art. Let's take a look inside. Guessing we have the glass. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. That is not good. Not good at all. Got the T-tops. T-tops look pretty good. And the big greenhouse rear window, that looks fine as well. The kit is sealed. Sealed up. Let's take a look at these tires. These are the typical AMT tires that you would see in many of these cars back in the day. Goodyear Eagle VR50s. Beautiful. Very nice tread. There's the backs right there. Really, really great. Love these tires. We got 4 of those. There's the taillight. See that right there? That looks fantastic. Let's take a look at the chrome. We have 2 wheel options. We have the standard Pontiac wire rims right there. And then we have these optional ones. A couple of chrome parts. Actually, a lot of chrome parts. This looks like the upper part of the engine. Maybe the heads and the intake all together as one piece. A couple pairs of chrome valve covers right there. Maybe an alternator. Maybe another alternator there. Interesting little carburetor setup. Okay. Good old blueprinter. There you go. The decals. Decals look really, really good. I'm guessing this is a white one up here. I'm guessing that probably goes on the windshield. And then 2 in black, 73rd Indianapolis 500, May 28th, 1989. A couple of license plates. We got a turbo logo, a couple of Firebird logos, and a couple of Pontiac logos. Those look pretty good. The instructions, however, have seen better days. At least the top here. Let's take a look at these before we get into the kit. A little history of the car. These do fold out. Let's see. One more time right there. So that is going to be used. One piece, all chrome. Very interesting. See injectors, okay, injector rail, valve covers, pulleys, throttle body, that's interesting. Here's a look at the front suspension. A couple of pieces. Looks pretty nice, actually. A lot of parts here. The electric fans, a fan shroud, intercooler. Not too detailed, but you're probably not going to see it. Bucket seats, the seat backs. Seat backs look pretty detailed. All right, and the body and the windows there. Okay, rear spoiler, T-tops, yep. The hood, very good instructions, do not cement. Got some nice body side molding here, front valance, boy, that looks pretty good. Really, not too many steps. The car looks pretty detailed. I like it. I like it. Let's take a look at the body. So, looks like only one option. You got to go with the T-tops. There's no, I should say this, at least you don't have to cut them out. That's a plus. I think the only panels in here are the clear glass ones. Little cleanup here on the sides. You can see a Firebird logo down there, a turbo logo up here. There's a body trim piece right down the side here. Got some vents molded in. Also looks like holes for the windshield wipers. At least that's what I hope. The side looks pretty decent as well. Not a lot of cleanup down here. That's not a huge deal. You're definitely going to have to get a file and maybe fill some of that in, but not a huge deal. Let's take a look at the back. And the front body looks relatively straight. Actually, it looks very straight. After all these years, 1989, 35 years, looks pretty good. Here's a chassis. Chassis looks pretty plain, but looking at the instructions, Seems like there's a lot of parts that go on here. Only downside is these, but it should be pretty easy to cut those off there and up here. Top side of the chassis, not much to see. A little bit of detail here in the inner fender wells. Okay, set that aside. Let's take a look at the interior tub. Throw that away. Interior tub looks pretty good. There is a little bit of texture here. Unfortunately, there's also these very large sink marks, 4 in the interior, and boy, those, I don't know if you guys can see that, right in front of the back seats. That's unfortunate. Why not have them here under the front seats where you're not going to see them? It's okay. Center console molded in looks good. Looks like the handbrake right there. Very shallow detail on the door cards. It looks like a little bit of flash to trim up there. There are 3 pedals molded in. Trunk area, again, 4 sink marks. A little bit of flash on the top of the seats. That's not really a big deal. Let's take a look at the dashboard since that's out here. Very, very nice. Wow, a lot of gauges up there. A lot of detail. Those can be really detailed out. Looks like the radio down here. A lot of potential down there as well. Very 80s dashboard. And the fit is excellent. Excellent. Little gap maybe over there and over here, but not a huge deal. That can easily be pinched in and be fixed. Okay, not a huge deal. Let's take a look at this tree. Front seats, beautiful. Really, really nice detail there. I think that might be a shifter. Steering wheel looks nice. There are some buttons there on the steering wheel, looks like. The nose looks really good. The tail, yep. Let's take a look at that hood. Hood looks great. A little bit of flash over here. I really hate when they do this. All the suspension pieces there. 2-piece springs, that's really unfortunate. You're going to have a nice seam line right down the side. So the sway bar, that looks good. There's a crosshatch pattern in the back of the seats. It looks like a headrest over here. Pretty cool. I don't know how this gets so dirty. Here's the engine. You can definitely tell it's a V6. It's a lot smaller than a V8. Definitely a lot shorter. I wonder if this tree is unique to this car. I'm sure it is. All your engine components there. Intercooler. A little bit of texture on that side. Nothing on this side. Here's your exhaust components. And I'm guessing this is probably for the V8. Maybe not. Yeah, probably. It might be for this car too. Okay, here's some side pieces. Body trim. Came loose. Some more body trim pieces. Yeah, it looks awesome. Rear spoiler looks good. Here's another option for the rear spoiler. Here's your front valance panel. Looks real nice. And a spare hood, just in case. Detail on the underside of that hood looks nice. Let's take a look at this hood. And detail on the underside of that hood looks nice too. There's definitely some texture in here. Looks really nice. Really nice. Great job, AMT. There's 2 options. And that's all there is to it. Once again, thanks for joining me today at this look of the very special 20th anniversary Turbo Pontiac Firebird GTA. Really, really cool and unique kit. And I will see you on the next episode of Classic Kit Review.